It's about that time, and now it's going down. And we ain't letting nothing stop us, ain't no slowing down. Nah, it's Kingdom Marketing Secrets. And every single week, you gotta pick this.
I think it's finally time. I think it's time to flow. I think it's time to start this podcast so they can know the right tips and strategies that bring success. It calls heaven on earth and our busyness. But this is all true because he changed the game and brought the kingdom to every soul representing his name. Now position yourself in him to be blessed and bring heaven on earth in your busyness. It's about the time and now it's going down. And we ain't letting nothing stop us, ain't no slowing down. Nah, it's Kingdom Marketing Secrets, and every single week you gotta pick this. It's about that time, and now it's going down. And we ain't letting nothing stop us, ain't no slowing down. Nah, it's Kingdom Marketing Secrets, and every single week you gotta pick this.
Welcome to Kingdom Marketing Secrets, where you'll hear the best tips, tactics, and takeaways, and any other cool words starting with T, so you can advance your business online the Kingdom way. Welcome your host, Christopher Harold.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Christopher Harold here, your host with the most, online marketing Superman, and I got a brand new moniker. They're calling me now inside the Entrepreneur's Church, aka the Money and Market Masterclass, and also in God's Masterpiece Academy. And my brand new moniker is Mr. OD, Mr. Over Deliver, because I love to over deliver, way more value than what you would ever would expect. So that's my brand new name. So you can come and OD with me, and OD in a good way. But hey, I'm excited to before you tell you, my friend, we got a very good episode 60. Episode 60. It's called Working with the Law. Working with the Law. And I really like this topic because one thing I have discovered, in my walk as a Christ-centered kingdom entrepreneur, as my walk just in business, or just being even just an entrepreneur, right, is that laws are there if you leverage them, work in your favor. Like right now, we're finishing up an amazing money and marketing masterclass. If you missed it, oh my goodness, you missed it. You can't get in now. It's too late for you to get in now. But we have just hundreds of Christ-centered entrepreneurs in this training. I mean, multiple hundreds, right? And their minds are just blown by what's taking place here. It's amazing to see what God will do, once you start sharing some kingdom truth, laws, and some powerful principles. And I want to talk about working with a law because this is going to be really good. This might challenge some of us who believe that you can pray your way to success. What do I mean? Here's the deal. There are certain laws that God has put in place that your faith doesn't even matter. Working with the law. There's a book I read. Get the author. But it's called Working with the Law. The book I read, man, a while back. And this topic reminded me of that book, Working with the Law, because when you work with the law, now I'm not talking about law enforcement. Some of you guys thinking right now, I'm not talking about the police or law enforcement or anything like that. We ain't talking about snitching or working with the law being a rat, right? But I'm talking about working with the law, working with the laws that God has created. See, there are natural laws in place that your faith doesn't affect, that it doesn't even matter what you believe. Literally, think about this. How did mankind create an airplane? Mankind had to understand some laws, right? Law of gravity and some other laws, right? So there are laws in place, like the law of thermodynamics is a law, right? Shows you that everything had a beginning, right? And so there are laws in place that if you begin to work with them, can pretty much guarantee success. Let me share what I'm saying. And I'm going to share this because if you believe being religious, being pious, anything like that, uh, will will cancel out laws. How about that? If you believe that line of thinking will cancel out laws, then you're in for a rude awakening. It doesn't matter what your faith is when it comes to laws. There are laws in place that affect all of us. For example, the law of gravity. The law of gravity affects all of us, no matter what you and I believe, no matter what skin color we are, you know, no matter what culture we come from, no matter what background we come from, no matter what philosophy we have. The law of gravity works the same. I always share this example. If you don't believe me, get on top of a building and jump off that building and find out what's going to happen. So, working with the law is very important. Farmers work with laws. So there are universal laws that God has created that if you discover them and begin to apply them in your favor, you can reap a good harvest. There are laws of success out there, right? And let me share this before I talk about these different laws. The beautiful thing about a law is this. Even if you don't believe it to be true, it doesn't matter. See, with a law, if you choose to violate a law, the law has a consequence with it. See, laws inherently have two sides. It's like a two-sided coin. I'm trying to find a coin, but it's like a two-sided coin. And if you abide with the law or work with the law, you reap good consequences. But if you choose to work against the law, you reap bad consequences. Let me give an example. This is an example where I do not need the Bible to justify this. It takes a man and a woman to procreate, to create life. A man and a man cannot create life, just like a woman and a woman cannot create life. That defies nature. See, think about this. If every relationship on planet Earth was man and a man, woman and a woman, life as we know it would cease to exist. Why? Because it's unnatural, because you cannot procreate and continue life with that. The only way life can continue according to nature is with a male and a female. See, I didn't have to quote Bible scriptures. I just quoted law, nature's law, right? There's laws that farmers use. It doesn't matter what they believe, but if they plant the seed and give it a little bit of time, and they, nurture the seed, water it, give it the proper nutrients, things of that nature, over a set amount of time, based upon that seed and the type of soil that it's planted in, it's going to sprout and a harvest comes. That's a law of what? Sowing and reaping. See, those are universal laws. Now, also you have laws of success. Laws of success. Laws of success can work such as this. If you follow a certain specific action for a certain amount of time, and you continue to do things in a certain way, you will become successful. See, one thing I've learned about this thing, and especially when God gave me a kingdom revelation, is that it changed my prayer life. I used to pray for success. I used to pray for money. I used to pray for all these things, right? But when I had this paradigm shift, and when I discovered kingdom principles, and I began to apply these kingdom principles in a consistent way, and God gave me something called a prosperity pyramid that you will only find out about inside of my master classes or inside of God's masterpiece, that it guarantees success. Because what I began to do was work with the law. Now here's the deal. When you work against the law, just like If I drive down my street and the speed limit says 55, but I choose to drive 75, and the law enforcement pulls me over and gives me a citation, I can have a hissy fit. I may not like it. I may not want it, but I broke the law, and now the law is working against me, and now I got to suffer the consequences of that, paying a fine, or if I got numerous tickets, I might go to jail, right? See, but when I drive under the speed limit, I don't have to worry about being pulled over for speeding because now I'm working with the law. And when I work with the law, good things come with that. See, most of us who claim to know God, most people who claim to know God, most people claim to be believers, they're too religious. And that's why someone who could be sacrilegious, someone who doesn't have a relationship with God, can have monetary success. Now, they still broken spiritually. But they can have monetary success just because they follow some universal laws that God created. See? Um, and the problem, what I've seen is people who are believers, they use that as like, I won't say a crutch or a handicap or a reason to be lackadaisical, a reason to be lazy in their business, a reason to not financially sow in their business. Here's another law people break all the time. People believe in something for nothing. People believe that they can build a successful business and never financially sow in coaching and mentors and training and different things like that, right? And what are they doing? They're breaking the law. See, it's oxymoronic to believe that you're going to build a highly profitable and successful business and you don't financially sow into coaching and the training and the mentors. And the problem is that people miss opportunities when they come and they break the law because they choose to be poor. And what do I mean by they choose to be poor? They choose to pass over opportunities repeatedly. And it breaks my heart